Top 5 Best Catadioptric Telescopes. Number 5. Celestron NexStar 6 SE. Celestron's signature orange tube telescope combines advanced features and excellent optics in one easy-to-use system, the NexStar 6 SE. It's the perfect choice for your first telescope, offering striking views at an economical price. What you can see with Celestron NexStar 6 SE. The 6 SE 6-inch primary mirror packs enough light-gathering ability to observe the best that the solar system has to offer: Cassini's division in Saturn's rings, the cloud bands on Jupiter, and geographic features on the surface of the Moon. When it comes to deep sky objects, take your 6 SE to a dark sky site and you'll see hundreds of pinpoint stars in the Hercules globular cluster, the spiral arms of the Whirlpool galaxy, and more. It's one of the best starter telescopes for anyone who just wants to enjoy viewing celestial objects without the hassle of trying to find them to begin with. The motorized GoTo and tracking mount is easy to set up and, when it is, will quickly find and track any of the 42,000 objects stored in its database. Aligning the telescope is simple and painless, too, thanks to SkyAlign. This process makes alignment as easy as 1, 2, 3, just need to center 3 bright objects in the eyepiece. We know the best telescope is the one you will use most often, this is why stable tripod mount is important. The one at 6 SE is exactly like that. It's perfectly portable and makes setup quick and easy. What's more, the NexStar 6 SE breaks down into several lightweight and compact pieces, making it easy to transport, even in small vehicles. You'll have no problem getting the NexStar 6 SE to your favorite observing site, or setting it up quickly in your backyard. The one notable downside of the NexStar range is they need a decent source of power to sustain them. Batteries alone won't see you through a long night of stargazing. Other than power, the 6 SE is a computerized telescope that provides everything that a new astronomer, especially one who only wants to spend time looking at objects, rather than finding them, needs: a decent-sized aperture, sturdy mount, accomplished locating and tracking of over 40,000 night sky objects, and all for a reasonable price. Pros: decent eyepiece. The 25mm 1.25 inches Celestron NexStar 6 SE eyepiece has a 60 times magnification power, which covers the most basic need. Lightweight and portable. Both the tripod and the tube are lightweight with only 30 pounds and can fit comfortably in your car. Sturdy tripod. The steel tripod provides additional stability to balance your telescope against sudden gusts of wind. Easy assembly. The mounting process is quite easy and only takes a few minutes. Cons: relatively expensive. If you compare the product to similar products like the Newtonian telescope, the Celestron NexStar 6 SE price range is relatively higher. Batteries. The Celestron NexStar 6 SE runs on an 8AA battery that drains quickly. An additional power backup, such as the Celestron power tank, will be necessary for longer observation length. Celestron NexStar 6 SE manual. You may find some of the instructions in the manual on the advanced functions quite complicated. Verdict: the NexStar 6 SE is a great representation of Celestron's iconic telescope range. Given its capabilities and revolutionary technology, the price tag is reasonable, but the package does lack a good selection of eyepieces that would provide an even greater variety of views. The setup offers a lifetime of observations provided it is treated with care and little to no maintenance is carried out on the optics and computerized mount. That's why this is a best-selling beginner scope. Coming in number 4. Celestron NexStar 4 SE. For decades, Celestron has been one of the most famous and well-known names in hobbyist telescopes, with its roots going back to the 1950s, when its creator Tom Johnson was hired to manufacture electronic parts and components for the U.S. military. At the time, the American engineer was still searching for a child-friendly telescope for his 2 sons to use, but after failing to find one, he decided to create his own compound and compact telescope. The Celestron NexStar 4 SE is a compact telescope with a 4-inch aperture and a 13-inch optical tube length, but because it uses a catadioptric design, its small size still produces a focal length of 52 inches. This kind of telescope is known as a Moksutov Cassegrain, which is a hybrid that uses both mirrors and lenses to combine the advantages of a low-cost refractor and a high-quality reflector. This also results in a sleek, compact telescope that can be set up easily, ensuring a smooth and beautiful experience every time. You can also use a compound telescope during the day, something you can't do with Newton or reflector scopes. Computerized control. The Celestron NexStar 4SE is a fully computerized and motorized telescope. The Celestron NexStar 4SE technology has been put to the test and has undergone many upgrades over the years, which allow it to be a very reliable telescope. For the better results, use the position tracker's latitude and longitude settings rather than the zip code option to show your location using this technology. Because it is computerized and motorized, finding its over 40,000 cataloged objects is a breeze, particularly with GOTO tracking, and aligning your telescope with a planet or star is as simple as pressing a few buttons on the controller. This makes astronomy hobbies more attractive to people who aren't as familiar with telescopes, so they can spend less time looking for stars and more time admiring the landscape by merely pointing the telescope and letting it calibrate itself. It is recommended that the user uses 9 mAh rechargeable batteries, as this motor will only run for a few hours at a time. What can you see with Celestron NexStar 4SE? The 4SE 102mm aperture isn't huge, but the portability of this rig far outweighs any size limitation. And Celestron's nicely coated optics make the most of every photon fetched. The 4SE 4-inch primary mirror packs enough light-gathering ability to observe the best that the solar system has to offer: Saturn's rings, the cloud bands on Jupiter, and geographic features on the surface of the Moon. When it comes to deep sky objects, take your 4SE to a dark sky site and you'll see hundreds of pinpoint stars in the Hercules globular cluster, the spiral arms of the Whirlpool galaxy, and more. Astrophotography capabilities. The 4SE does well at lunar and planetary astrophotography. We've attached a few images that has been made with 4SE and a cheap 640 by 480 webcam, and attached a 1.25 inches nosepiece and 2x Barlow lens too. Forget deep sky, however. The 4SE, f13 focal ratio, mediocre tracking capabilities, and the Alt-AZ nature of the mount do not allow for good long exposure photos. Pros: user-friendly software and technology, high-end materials and craftsmanship, a lot of features for a very moderate price, great beginner telescope and secondary scope for intermediate users, very sharp optics, quality mount with acceptable gearing, acceptable aperture, very stable, good included low-power eyepiece, no collimation required. Cons: will need an external power supply or large amount of rechargeable batteries. Small aperture that dims the view unless in an ideal environment. Verdict: the Celestron NexStar 4SE telescope delivers a state-of-the-art stargazing experience, along with incredible magnification, and a motorized computer technology system that will make your astronomical hobby easier than ever before. Fair price and great option for a first telescope. Coming in number 3. Orion 10022 StarMax. This is the perfect option for individuals that want the best in telescopes but are limited by their budget. It is an incredible instrument from a reliable manufacturer that sells at a price many will consider as ridiculous. In spite of the cheap price, this is a quality Catadioptric telescopes. It performs excellently, delivering surprisingly big views for an instrument of its modest size. The Orion 10022 StarMax 90mm is a true grab-and-go telescope that you can use to view the Moon and the planets clearly, thanks to the 90mm aperture. The tabletop base provides a stable viewing foundation to help you explore deep space comfortably. The package comes with 2 eyepieces, Easy Finder 2 reflex sight, 90-degree mirror diagonal, and more helpful accessories. Coming in number 2. Celestron NexStar 8SE. This is another fully computerized telescope from Celestron that makes viewing the planets easier and more fun. It is one of the best instruments to grab when you want to appreciate the beauty and intrigue of the night sky without any fuss. It is the largest of the SE family and the best by all standards aside from affordability. Offering about 98% more light than the 6-inch model, this 8-aperture telescope will enable users see deep into the universe. Celestron's NexStar computer control technology is one of the most notable features of this instrument. The proprietary skyline is another important feature that will make your experience incredible. It offers fast setup and help users locate galaxies in no time. There is equally a 40,000 object database with 200 user-definable objects and expanded information on over 200 objects, thanks to the fully automated Godot mount. Buyers will also enjoy unbeatable warranty and customer support from Celestron's experts. Coming in number 1. Celestron NexStar 5 SE. This is a computerized telescope from one of the industry heavyweights. It is a powerful instrument for beginners as well as advanced users. From the Celestron's signature orange tube to the fully automated Godot mount, this is a perfectly built instrument that will give users the best stargazing experience. It will let you select from a database of more than 40,000 stars, galaxies, nebulae, star clusters, and other celestial objects. The telescope locates these planetary bodies easily and track them automatically. The Celestron NexStar 5 SE telescope has a 5-inch aperture. The powerful primary mirror is aided by updated technology to make stargazing exceptional for different levels of users. The package also comes with a free downloadable astronomer software for an interactive sky simulation. It also comes with a 2-year warranty and unlimited access to technical support from Celestron's experts.